After replacing the deaf and dumb real daughter after marrying a ruthless villain, in order not to collapse the character, I play a wooden role every day. The villain is drastically undressed and showered, and I am sleeping. The villain is doing push-ups with his upper body bare, and I'm sleeping too. The villain passed by through the lookout, and I was still sleeping. As a result, he slipped on his foot and fell into my arms. I just twisted around and turned around, ignoring it. When he was just glad that he was reserved, he heard him grit his teeth in his heart. I don't know. I think she's blind. I know how to sleep every day. Is it fun to sleep with sleep? If I knew it, I would have listened to their direct medicine. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Subscribe us to read wonderful novels every day. Now the story begins. I was so scared that my steps slowed down. If I didn't need to pretend to be dumb now. I really wanted to grab him by the collar and make him say it again, especially the last sentence. Bradley stood up on his own and slipped the bag in his pocket as if nothing had happened. Sorry, didn't stand firm. The mouth is so hard. I still don't believe I can hear him. I am going to be tempting, block his way. There was a flash of astonishment on the man's expression. After swallowing his saliva nervously, he put on a dull and noble appearance. What to do? I gestured to sign language. Why are you wearing this dress today? Bradley froze, unconsciously uneasy. No, isn't it pretty? His provoked face looks good in anything. Of course, it looks better not to wear it, especially yesterday when I took off my clothes and took a shower in front of me. I saw everything I should have seen. The man breathed lightly, careful not to even blink his eyes. Damn, I've never been so nervous about the college entrance examination. 3 seconds, 3 seconds. She was silent for 3 seconds, and she must have thought it was not good looking. Who the hell said that a man will like his wife? I want to kill that person. My wife obviously likes to be subtle. I didn't say that. Bradley couldn't help but ask, nervously grabbing the corner of his clothes. It's really not pretty, isn't it? I shook my head hesitantly. The man's eyebrows were covered with depression, so unhappy. I thought about it and hooked his tail finger, hand gesture. It's not that I don't like it, it's that I'm afraid that you will catch a cold. Sincerely, it's close to freezing right now. He was born in poor health and could not afford to be sick. Oh, Bradley lowered his head faintly. I don't think I'm coaxing. I don't deny it. It's so dangerous. I almost thought it was my one-man show, caring so much about a person of the opposite sex. It's not what love is. I knew that this would be like this, just what I want to hear it, as a result. The man blushed his ears and pursed his lips without thinking. I hid in the bathroom digesting the fact that I could hear Bradley. Is this the golden finger that the system left me a week ago? I accidentally slipped into this novel that I don't know what it was called. Why don't you know? Because I'm not wearing the main character either, so I don't need to know. That's what the system is saying. I was just a daughter of the Dallas family for 20 years. And then I was revealed to be a cannon fodder female partner of a fake daughter. The real daughter is deaf and dumb, and has a weak personality. After hearing that his fiancé was Bradley, he cried and said that he would not marry. There was no way. The Dallas family discussed with me if they could marry me. Suddenly, I cried too, because the name Bradley has been highlighted several times, said to be the villain of this book, insidious and cunning, with a cold temperament. Although rich and powerful enough, few people dare to approach it. I heard that he relied on the soldiers to marry the Miss Dallas family. A few years ago, the Dallas family had a financial crisis, and they relied on Bradley's kindness to get through it, and they were even more difficult to refuse. In short, even if I marry instead of a real daughter, I have to play a deaf and dumb person every day. You not only have to test your acting skills, but you also have to pretend to be innocent. Think back to the past few days. Something was very wrong with him. It's not the kind of person who takes off his clothes and takes a shower in front of me and doesn't close the door. It's just doing push-ups on the way I have to go without a top. I'm afraid I'll mess up. I can only pretend to sleep. It's strange that I sleep here and there, and I always bump into him face to face. Comment on what he just said in his heart. Could it be, are you seducing me? Bradley pushed the door in. I was just about to take off my underwear. Both froze. The man was stunned for a few seconds, then looked away and explained, "I'm sorry, you've been in for more time than before, and I'm afraid you'll just come in if something happens." I take off my hearing aids before taking a shower. It's normal to have this thought, but what's not normal is that dash. I raised my hand and shook him, point outward, meaning, "Why don't you leave? The heat is gone." Bradley let out a slow sigh. The action of closing the door is like a slow start, as if waiting for something. My wife actually wears the underwear I bought. It looks good. Will she let me stay? Say it, say it, say it. Oh, forgot. My wife can't speak, so she just looks at me. And I'll stay as soon as she sees me. Actually, the bathtub was bought according to the size of 2 people. I can do it. He's really, can this scale be said? I will always remember that when I first met the villain in the book. His posture was detached and light, and it was as difficult to approach as the rumors said. At that time, I had a heart of repentance, but they didn't dare to offend him, so I thought of a bad trick, saying that I was lazy, had a changeable temper, was frigid, and had a phobia of heterosexual contact. It would have thought to myself, Bradley is not stupid. There is no way to marry me home with such trouble. Sure enough, the man looked unpredictable and said that he would think about it. I turned around and told the Dallas family that Bradley didn't fancy me, told me to get away, and said that I was going to buy a plane ticket to go abroad. As a result, on the way to the airport, he was caught. Bradley sat in the car and looked at him with a sad look, and Miss Flora was in a hurry. The wedding hadn't taken place yet, so she had chosen a place for her honeymoon so quickly. I was in a hurry to explain in sign language. He turned his head, and his voice was cold and hard. "I don't understand. I don't want to read it." Is this angry? As he sat in Bradley's car, the man's face softened slightly. "You're so lazy. I have money. You can serve as many people as you want." I was stunned. It's okay to have a changeable temper. I'm tolerant. He looked at him faintly. "You can play whatever you want." Frigidity, it's fine. I'm not very interested in this anyway. Bradley said this with a nonchalant look on his face, and a little unnatural. Big deal. I'll work harder in the future. Strive for what? At that time, I was still quite scared of him. I really didn't dare to ask what he was trying to do. Dinner was made by Bradley. The first bite of the mouthful, the mouth crunched, so salty. I immediately put down my chopsticks to drink water, and I choked. The man in the apron opposite watched the whole process quietly. Once again, I sighed at my talent, and I made my wife hungry for the first time I cooked. It's a pity that my wife doesn't like me to touch it and wants to pat her. I deliberately made shrimp. I really want my wife to say let me peel it. My shrimp peeling skills are good. Where did he get his self-confidence? I decided to give it a blow. I deliberately sandwiched one for him. Bradley said thank you without changing his face. The hand holding the chopsticks is shaking. Roar, roar, roar. I'm out of breath. My wife picked up the food for me with her own hands. Is this implying something to me? Shrimp, are you going to do that with me? Unfortunately, I was born with no sense of taste and couldn't taste it, but everything my wife gives is sweet. I felt a little guilty when I heard that. It's not easy to learn to cook for me after all this, so I felt guilty and kept serving him vegetables. Bradley was eating with a blank expression, and from time to time he said, "You're so annoying. Don't be a picky eater. I'm not a rice bucket." One more shrimp. A hard-mouthed man. He is singing in his heart. So after eating, I offered to wash the dishes. Before I could enter the kitchen, the man carried me away with one hand. "Get out. I don't want to do your laundry." He paused suddenly, realized what he had missed, and his eyes were flustered. "I mean, you're going to get your clothes dirty again. Do you want to kill the washing machine?" I looked at him suspiciously. It's so dangerous. I almost let my wife know that I actually wash the clothes every time she changes. I swear, it's definitely not a hooligan. That washing machine is as fragrant as my hands. There is no reason to let my wife wash the dishes. They have to laugh at me when I say it. It's useless. Later, I will show off in the group, so that those useless things will be jealous, and today's Best Husband award should be awarded to me. I'll do another great one later, so that my wife can see it. What a thing. Shouldn't a group of villains in the group say that they don't like someone and make him bankrupt? Feelings. You are holding your mobile phone and typing frantically all day, and you are fighting a war of words with them. No, no, what did he say in the last sentence? I fidgeted and waited for Bradley to finish washing. I always think about the yellow side in my head. I can't help but fantasize. If that's the case, should I push it away? The point is, can he? Don't get me wrong, I'm not discriminating. I'm just afraid that he will faint when he is halfway through his body. While he was thinking, Bradley came over with a basin of water, pursing her lips slightly. Stick in, he's going to wash my feet, don't get me wrong. I lost a bet with my friend and wanted to wash my wife's feet. If they don't, they have to be given $1 million. If you don't feel comfortable with anything, feel free to stop. Or will you guys play? It's not Big Brother. Do you seem to be missing $1 million? It seems to be true. If it weren't for the frantically shaking of the hand holding my ankle, I would have believed it. Half an hour later, I looked at someone holding my feet and washing happily. I couldn't help but pat him on the head. Sign language says, "Isn't it okay yet?" Bradley instantly retracted all his expressions and put on a pretty face. Experts have said that foot washing that does not last for an hour is ineffective. We've read. I heard him prepare to reheat the water and continue to wash for another hour. Eventually, perhaps my impatience was too obvious, Bradley carefully dried my feet and slipped away. The system was also shocked. Yo, I haven't seen you for a few days, but you can train a villain so well. Teach some experience. Your heroine next door has been sad for the past few days, and she was still alive and dead yesterday to change the target of the strategy. I sympathize. Good fate. The tasks drawn are just to follow the plot. It just so happened that the system came, and I asked the question that I had been thinking about for the past few days. None of the villains I've seen ended well, so what's the end of Bradley? Judging by the time we get along these days, Bradley isn't bad. Except for the occasional narcissistic, noisy. The system scratched his head and said blankly, "This novel is still being serialized, and the author of his ending has not yet been determined. However, if you want to change, you can start taking him to be a good man now, without major conflicts with the protagonist, and although the ending is not much better, it should not die." I was about to say yes. The system alerted me, "You have to think about it, if it affects the plot. It might make you stay here longer." I looked at the man who was scrubbing my clothes in the bathroom. "If you only have to pay this time price for him to live." I didn't say the rest again. The system understood. Bradley received an urgent call. After hanging up, he picked up his coat and simply explained, "I'll go out for a while, you can sleep first." The system told me to stop him. It's the male protagonist's side that has an accident. Someone deliberately lured the villain over. Tomorrow the villain will be charged with buying murder. This is the beginning of the deterioration of the relationship between him and the male protagonist. Saying it was too late, I took Bradley's hand. The man froze in place. My breathing slowed down. What to do? I racked my brains to figure out why he stayed. As a result, this man's mind, it's not normal. Are the means that attract me so high-end? Also, I'm not fooled in general. This is just right. What does my wife watch me do? Does she want to kiss me? No. I'm waiting for me to take the initiative. Well, if she blinks 3 times, my guess is correct. Oh, don't say kiss, just hit me. It turns out that the kind of kiss in the novel, life is given to you. It's not nerves. It's all textbooks. Don't do that. I'm afraid, the system said coldly. Am I looking for the wrong person? Is this guy a villain? No, bro, neither of us could figure out what the problem was. I looked at him with pitiful eyes and made a frightened sign language. Bradley moved slightly, moving closer to me, afraid to be home alone. I nodded. The man nodded thoughtfully. Since you begged me, as a husband, I should be with you. No, am I useful? Forget it. Just stay. I think he has a strange look in his eyes. I can't tell. The biological clock has always been 10 o'clock. Bradley, at 8 o'clock, standing at the door of the room. It's time to sleep. I'm watching dramas. The male protagonist is very handsome, and he couldn't help but roar as soon as he appeared. Thankfully, Bradley was taking a shower and didn't hear it. It's so dangerous. It's almost exposed. Bradley didn't move when he saw me. Urged again. Flora. I cast a look at him that I didn't want to sleep. The first friction after marriage appeared. The man clenched the doorknob and took a deep breath, a little far-fetched. He softened his voice and said, "It's not good for your eyes to look at it for a long time." I thought to myself, I'm going to hide her iPad tomorrow. I just took a shower and deliberately didn't bring a towel, and asked her to send it. But she didn't look at me at all. It's only been a long time since we've been married. She's not interested in me anymore. I am known to others how I am a person. I can't stand such a noisy complaint. Compromise to turn off the TV series. Go to bed. Bradley and I didn't sleep in separate rooms though, but the bed was spaced between two more people. This is what he asked for. Probably because I said earlier that I had a phobia of heterosexual contact. I'm quite impressed. I didn't expect the villain to have such a gentlemanly side. As a result, when he lay down in bed after taking a shower, I was shocked by the words he had hidden in his heart. My wife is cold, and we are really a natural pair. I wondered what a natural pair. The man silently pulled the quilt and sighed wistfully in his heart. Should I tell my wife that I have an addiction? I almost couldn't pretend to be dumb. What addiction? Where? In fact, I think about it every second when I see my wife. Woo woo woo, don't say it. She already hates this kind of thing, and even I hate it when the time comes. What if you want a divorce? But every second I lay by her side, the scent that wafted from her was a test for me. Bradley can resist temptation, but little Bradley can't. It hasn't opened meat yet. I was still in a daze, and Bradley suddenly gave himself a slap somewhere. There are no waves on the face, and the heart is Baba. Something about it. It's still standing. Did my wife allow it? It's not reserved enough. No, he's insane, right? Isn't that what grows on you? I remember that I married a villain, not a fine score. Bradley was still chattering. I couldn't help but get up. The man was frightened. What's wrong with you? With the help of the bedside lamp, I gave him sign language and said to drink water. The corners of Bradley's stiff mouth slackened. Lay down with peace of mind and started a handout party. I want it too. I watched his face and felt something was wrong. My instincts didn't let me down. Bradley finished the water I brought and started saying it was hot. He kicked open the covers and tore off the collar of his pajamas. From time to time, it makes an unbearable hot sound. I want to pretend to be asleep. Why didn't she react at all? Am I not shouting loud enough? Or, shout a little bit. Isn't it enough to take off your clothes, but also to wear pants? When Bradley was eager to give it a try, I finally woke up, cooperate and ask him what's wrong. I seem to feel a little wrong after drinking your water. Did you add something? The man is not good at lying, and when he looked at me, his eyes were clearly written. Look, I pretended. I did it on purpose. I almost wanted to laugh. Is he going to say that I put an aphrodisiac in it? As soon as he thought so, Bradley leaned in. Actually, you don't need to put medicine. I can do it too. I pushed the person away at once, waved my hand and said nothing without letting go. He sat up. Impossible. Then why did I? The man stared at me and swallowed, brought the half-drunk cup of water. I don't believe you taste it. To reassure him, I took another sip of it. Tell him with his eyes that there is a fart problem. The man followed suit and took a sip. He said confidently, yes, his eyes are normal. His face is not red and his heart is not beating. And his clothes are obediently put together. Just when I wondered why it had changed so fast. She drank the water I had just drunk and roared. We kissed indirectly. Is that tomorrow the hand in hand? The day after tomorrow you can. The water my wife has drunk is so sweet. Thanks to my clever brain, I came up with this method. And after a month of marriage, we kissed, and the progress was so fast. I had mixed feelings and didn't understand what he was excited about. Charlton's old house for us to eat. I didn't laugh a day when I heard the bad news. The system mentioned that the male protagonist and the villain are brothers, and the current relationship between the two is not incompatible. But every time they see each other in the subsequent episodes, the hatred value has to be deepened. So the system says that to change Bradley's ending, it's best to avoid them from meeting. Of course, there's another reason why the old ladies of the Charlton family like to give birth. On the day of the wedding, he surrounded me and said, "Let me have a son as soon as possible. Bradley is not in good health, and when he was a child, He was calculated to live to be less than 30 years old. Let me have a son to rely on after I give birth. Seriously, I don't like Bradley anymore. But when I hear people say that my newlywed husband has a short life, I also get disgusted with these people's rationality. I was thinking about what excuse to use to get out of fashion. I don't want to go. Bradley receives a call urging from Charlton's house. Why don't you want to go? Oh, I'm annoyed when I see you. Bradley is polite to everyone except the Charltons. If I had to ask for a reason, I'm pregnant. My wife has to take care of me at home. Satisfied. Nerve. It made me want to laugh inexplicably. Bradley didn't expect me to be behind my back, and listened through the whole call. He pinched his phone a little helplessly. And the flush on his face didn't know whether he was anxious or ashamed. Weakly sentenced, you listen to me. Don't look at his cowardice on the surface. In fact, his heart has begun to run wild. Oh my God, Bodhisattva, what am I talking about? My image of high cold abstinence has collapsed. My wife finally treated me better, and I actually did such a stupid thing. Is it too late to die? I pursed my lips. Actually, he is so strange and cute. Just in case he actually did something stupid, I said I was hungry. The man breathed a sigh of relief and calmed down. Then I'll cook. I took his hand. Sign language. I do. After all, he made it really hard to eat. Bradley moved on to the action. It's just that the eyes sneak a peek at me from time to time. I heard him grinning in both ears. I don't know why I'm so happy. I copied the dish he made that day. I specially sandwiched a shrimp for him so that he could clearly understand what a delicious shrimp tasted like. Bradley ate without saying anything. Before I could react, I silently heard him say in his heart, I eat the shrimp made by my wife directly with the shell. There's no way. Brother is so tolerant. She is so hard-mouthed. She knows that I love shrimp. And she asks me to eat more when she is ready. Really? Oops. I just forgot to take a picture. I should have posted it in the group to show off to those people. I can't stop him when I eat, then. My phone on the desk popped in a couple of messages. I'm back. Are you okay? Let's meet. The screen name of the message is, ex-husband's brother. A prompt appears. Good news. This is not your remark. It's the person's screen name. Bad news. It's really your ex. Bradley's chopsticks are off. He bent down to pick it up as if nothing had happened. I wanted to buckle the phone behind my back, but I felt that it was trying to cover up, so I stretched out half of my hand and withdrew it. The man closed his eyes and took a deep breath before being still for 3 seconds. Let's go early and come back early. It's going to rain outside. Remember to bring an umbrella. By the way, don't drink cold during your menstrual period these days. Do you need me to give you a ride? When he said the last sentence, Bradley had a look of disappointment and anticipation in his eyes. I thought about it, but shook my head. Let him stay at home. Well, oh. The man bowed his head in disappointment. I touched his hand. Tell him in sign language. I'm with him. The result was interrupted by the man raising his hand. Needless to say, it's okay. I didn't get me wrong. I believe in you, really. My heart is not so small. Just don't think about it. Really, I'm fine. It's great that he can think that. I changed my clothes, and when I walked to the doorway, I casually turned back. The man sitting on the sofa looked evasively and did not turn a page of the document in his hand. What do you mean by looking at me before you leave? Reluctant, laughed to death. Why don't you just go to see your ex? I'll be so stingy. As the main palace, there must be generosity. A passerby. What do I care about? Is it possible that he can still snatch his wife from me? It's not out of the question. Bradley's face was starting to look bad. It was hard to sit on the edge of your mouth covered. I can't see anything. Think about it. His ex-girlfriends are married, and he still comes up. What else can he do except want to be a third party? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm so good, and my wife is not blind. But my wife and I got married in a flash, or unilaterally forced her to come back. She has no feelings for me, and that ex-husband is probably going to die proudly. He's a crunchy red egg. What am I going to do? Calm down, Bradley. You have to be calm. You can't mess with yourself now. You can definitely think of a way to break them up. Or am I pretending to be dizzy? My wife can't bear to leave me alone. The system couldn't help it. You don't seem surprised at all. I just ran out of tricks, because he was so immersed. He never saw my sign language. I walked over and patted him on the shoulder. The man pretended to be calm. What's wrong? Are you sure you want me to send you? I nodded. He pursed his lips uncomfortably. Then I'll make it difficult. Dan is my ex-boyfriend for this character. In fact, they haven't been together for long, and the process is very simple. Except for holding hands, nothing else has been done. Because he always said that he wouldn't do anything out of the ordinary to me before he got married. At that time, I thought I had met a very good person, until my identity as a fake daughter reached him. On the same day, he said that he broke up. What intentions are too clear? The Dallas family didn't want too many people to know about it, and accepted his offer of $1 million hush money. I wasn't going to meet him, but the system said this was the plot I should go. We don't understand what the meaning of this plot is. I don't understand why there is still such a scumbag WeChat. Let's do it first. I couldn't tell Bradley about that either, and he sent me to dispel his worries. The car pulls over. Bradley unbuckled my seatbelt. I'll be waiting for you here. And I'll have a message. I nodded and turned off my phone. To be honest, I don't know what Dan looks like. It's still reminded by the system. The one with glasses looks like a dog. The man in glasses beckoned to me. I heard that he used to be a poor and good student when he was in school. After going abroad with the money of the Dallas family, his temperament has improved a lot. Soon, you're all married. I didn't give a good look. What's the matter? Dan pushes a cup of coffee over and smiles. Don't worry, we've been together. We'll catch up. I turned my head to look out the window at the black car. Then why don't I introduce my husband to you, by the way? The smile on the man's face vanished. Actually, it's nothing. It's just, I'm running out of money now. I said no money. He smiled. Does Mr. Bradley know about your substitution? How would he react if he knew that his wife was not actually deaf and mute? Bradley just sent a message. Don't drink cold. Your stomach will hurt. My face was calm. How much? Dan gestured with a finger. $1 million will hit your card tomorrow. The man corrected. It's $10 million. Then don't talk about it. I got up to leave. And he grabbed my hand. Flora, no man can stand deception. Are you sure you're not afraid? It's worth it to keep such a big secret for $10 million. Then he was wrong. I'm not afraid. I just think that things will affect the Dallas family. Although there is no blood relationship, but people have always been good to me. And my own daughter has not treated me well since she came back. On Bradley's side, the worst outcome is divorce, at best. It's a little reluctant. Then you go ahead. I can charge you for blackmail. I shook his hand away. Dan sneered. Okay, don't regret it. Hear me, Mr. Bradley, your wife can speak. I was stunned. I turned around and saw Bradley's gloomy face. He walked over. Thanks, Dash. The man staggered past me with a cold eye. He threw a punch into Dan's face. Speak as you speak. You dare to drag her. It's your wife. Just drag it. Bradley took off his restrictive coat and rolled up his sleeves. Do you know why the flowers are so red? If I don't put you in the hospital today, I won't be Bradley. The system hesitated to ask me if I wanted to stop it. Stop it. It's better to go to the hospital. Bradley was measured, and after a while, he called the assistant to come and deal with it. Regarding the smashed things in the store, the compensation is uniformly tripled, and the excess is hush money. Then, go to the bathroom after washing your hands. Home. I nodded. The car is quiet. I think it's time to take the initiative. I'm sorry, if you want a divorce. Leave it. I have nothing to say. The car braked suddenly. What do you say? Bradley looked ugly, his hands tightly clasped on the steering wheel. What did the man tell you? Me? Huh? Did he trick you into divorcing me? The man made a gesture to turn around and go back. I knew it was light. It should make him speechless for the rest of his life. Wait, I'm a little messy. I stopped him, struggling to keep up with his brain circuits. I lied to you. I've been able to hear and speak. Bradley blinked in confusion, without the anger of knowing that he had been deceived. I know. So why aren't you surprised at all? It shouldn't be. The man added aggrievedly. I always knew it. I thought you were playing with me in a very new way. So I tried my best to cooperate every day. Also automatically ignore the dream talk you sometimes say. I suddenly didn't know what to say, although, at first, It was true that I said that my spirit was occasionally abnormal and my personality was changeable, but no one is so bored as to pretend to be deaf and dumb for so long, just to have fun with their husband, or maybe it's a villain. This is thinking that it is different from our normal people. One thing I'm curious about, when did you start liking me? The man panicked for a moment and touched his face. How do you know I like you? Am I so obvious? No, I'm hiding so deeply, thanks. I'm not blind. After saying everything, I was finally able to let myself go at home. When eating, I can finally complain about Bradley's unpalatable, except, of course, for watching dramas. Don't look at him on the surface that he doesn't care. He just tells me not to get tired of my eyes. In fact, I have been spitting behind my back. Once, I also secretly turned off the network cable. I was caught in public, the man said with a smile. I seem to have seen a mouse just now, but I just came to check it. Lying doesn't work. The face is almost ripe. Speechless, after making trouble for a while, it was still reminded by the system. Did you ever feel that something was wrong with Bradley? I looked up from the video of the male anchor twisting his waist and dancing. Look at someone passing by with a blind eye in front of you. Have it. The system said something that I noticed at night. When I came out of the shower, I couldn't find the hairdryer and called out to Bradley. As a result, no one responded. Out of the house. No, he'll tell me everything. I found the study from the living room. I didn't see anyone either. Just as he was about to make a phone call, the man appeared with a slightly flustered footstep. What's wrong? The heart is full of faces, but I didn't debunk. People like to think cranky when they are bored. I started to keep an eye on Bradley's every move. Sometimes I was in a daze with my underwear. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of my sleep and bump into him frantically squeezing his phone and pretending to close his eyes and nothing happens. Sometimes, I would double-check the time of my return before I went out, as if I was afraid that I would come back suddenly, still muttering in my heart.